What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to run a split release, okay? So we're going to be talking about how this is a great way to get separation against a DB when he's walked down in press, and we want to be able to give him a different look, get him to kind of hesitate, think we're going to be throwing all these fancy moves and then just go and beat him to the outside or beat him to the inside. We're going to talk about the technique of it, when we think we should use this, and how we should work our hands on this, okay? And guys, if you're a receiver, again, and you want to get better hands, you don't have a quarterback to throw you that ball, check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days. A full 30-day program. It's going to improve your hands. No quarterback needed. If you don't have a quarterback to throw you the football 100 times a day, check out that link in the description. Let's get started. So number one here, we're going to be talking about this split from Keenan Allen. Now, the most important thing I want you guys to focus on is how he pushes so well off of this outside leg right here to shoot him back to the inside. Now, in this case, he does bow it to the inside a lot, but if he can really work, if you guys could really focus on, depending on the depth of the route too, again, this when he bows it to the inside, it's because the timing of the play is a little bit quicker, but when you guys bow it too far to the inside and maybe it's a longer developing play, you guys got to make sure that we're able to restack, okay? So let's watch this thing full speed. So you see how he comes off the line here, he works a split, pushes to the inside, works. He does work to restack a little bit. I think it helps certainly when the DB is doesn't trip, so we get a more realistic look to how he's going to play, and I can work a lean into him, or I can work a restack, maybe a head fake, whatever it is, okay? But now, we're going to be talking about when he comes off the line here, you guys want to be able to bring your feet parallel on this thing, right? We're trying to make him think that I'm just going to hesitate and throw all these fancy moves, right, and try to get him to just guess, try to get him to sit down, try to get him to stop his feet. That's why we're doing it, and then we freeze him and then leave him. But it all has to happen in one motion, right? So when we come up here and I bring my feet together, you see how Allen decides to go to the inside. He takes this inside release, right? DB stays head up, reacting off of him. He doesn't shoot to the inside. If you were to split right here and that DB shoots to the inside and he takes it away, let's just take the outside release. Let's just bring my feet parallel. He shoots to the inside, I push, and you see where his eyes are. He's gathering info on the DB. So the DB, and all this happens fast, right? He's not just thinking about this. He's not going through it step by step like this when he's off the line. You guys got to have it down pat to where it's just muscle memory, where you come off the line and you get a feel for him and then you just go, right? So now he doesn't take away the inside, so let's take this inside release. Now you see when he splits here, he gets this DB leaning to the outside because he just splits. It's a little head fake, subtle head fake, not a lot, just a little bit of a shake to the outside, and he's pushing off of this leg, right? When you guys bring your feet parallel, you got to make sure that we push. And when we bring my feet parallel, you got to make sure that you're pushing off the inside arch of your foot because you don't want to let your knees get bowed out. What a lot of people do is they'll work this split and that toe will open up or whatever, and they open up that like knee. I know that sounds weird, or they open up their hip, I should say, and they don't have any explosion to this side. We got to be able to keep my hips forward right here so we could push off of that inside arch to give me some explosion. And you see how he explodes out here. Now, especially on a split, fellas, pad level is so important. When you guys work this split and you pop your chest up and you bring your chin up in the air, then what happens is you're more susceptible to getting pressed, but also you're slower. Or more, when I say pressed, I mean jammed and freaking knocked off of this route. But when you keep your chest down like this and you stay in a good pad level, it allows you to maybe rip that inside shoulder. So you work this split. Let's say maybe he doesn't jump so much to the outside. Let's say he's just kind of flat-footed and we go, I could rip that inside shoulder and get under his hands where he reacts, and then I could work to restack. I could dip that shoulder to get some leverage and give him a little lean and then snap this thing off or break it off, right? But it's so important that we keep a good pad level so I could lean and so I could have explosion into the route, because when you take that split, you're hesitating. So you don't have a whole lot of explosion there, right? But that push off the line and that good pad level is what keeps your explosion and is what shoots you upfield. So you see how he's here, he's bursting upfield. Again, a little bit of a restack there, not so much quicker developing routes, so it's tough to restack. But if we had maybe a corner, let's say we were working this split and we took an inside release on a corner, hell yeah, we got to work to restack. We give him that head fake, and then bam, we hit him with a rocker, hit him with a triple rocker. There's so many different things that you could do off of this split, but we got to make sure we dip that shoulder and we got to make sure we restack. That's when you guys work this thing. You guys got to make sure that we're working to dip that shoulder. Let's watch it again full speed. So it works that split, make sure we push, dip that shoulder, and work to restack the best we can. So now we're going to be talking about our hand technique off of this, and what happens again with this split. This is an easy look here because this DB, and this is a deeper route, and so what does he do? He works to restack, right? But this is an easy situation of where am I going to push this thing? All we got to do is try to get him to stop his feet, right? There's Antonio Brown here, and obviously he's got some speed, right? So if you're a receiver and you got speed, and you know you're faster than that DB, you know you freaking got him. If you guys were to run a 40, you guys were to race, whatever, this is a great situation for you guys to use it, because if you could freeze him with that split and he's got to stop his feet and he's got to try to match your tempo and you push and you drive out of there and now it's just a foot race, that's when it starts getting real fun for us, fellas. So we see how AB goes here. And again, you just bring your feet parallel, but it's got to happen at the same time. It can't be parallel, stop for a second, and then go. It's got to be parallel, drive, dip the shoulder, and work to get over the top. So you see how he's here and he splits. Now again, DB stays to the inside. DB's feet aren't moving, right? That's probably a mistake here. We want to keep our feet moving, right? But if we get DB flat-footed and I come off and I work that split, you just bring your feet parallel. He just gives me the outside. I'm just going to push to the outside. You see how he's pushing here? He rips that arm down because he understands which hand do you got to beat. You got to beat that outside arm. So if we could get his hands off of him, we get that right hand off. Now we could just run straight by this left. His feet are flat and his hips are going to stay locked, and now I can just beat him to the outside, right? So if he's going to sit to the inside like that, bring your feet parallel, push off of that inside leg. You get those hands off. You swat, you chop, whatever you want to think of it. He could have gone here. He could have split, and he could have just ripped underneath. AB could have just ripped underneath this hand and ripped up and then got vertical. He chose to chop down. That's fine. And now let's just work to get back over the top. When we're in this situation, let's work to restack him, right? Now, what if we got to run maybe a comeback? I'm here. I'm running full speed. I could just snap it off right now. Snap this thing. Low man's going to win. I get out. Let's say I got to run a dig, right? I work over the top. I give him a 1-2. I give him a rocker step, and then bam, I'm on this dig. And you got to run a deep post. Exactly what AB does. Maybe give him a little head fake and then go. It's one of those things, fellas, where you got to trust your move at the top of the route, especially on a split release, right? Because on a split release, what if he were to go here? What if he was to be lined up? What if he was lined up head up? And that's why it's important to be patient but not slow. Let's say he's lined head up and he shoots to the outside. AB goes here, he splits his feet, he shoots to the outside. I'm just going to maybe go 1-2, or like if I have to catch myself, or I push off of that outside leg and I push back to the inside now. And then the same thing, I got to run a deep post, I work to restack, I break that thing off, and I run a post. It's as simple as that, fellas. On this split, though, you got to be patient but not slow. All got to happen in one motion. You got to dip that shoulder, get those hands off you, work to restack, and then he's just watching that back hip and it starts getting real fun. But again, like I said at the very beginning, if you're a faster, quicker guy and you know that you're faster than a DB, this is a great release for you guys to use. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he goes split here, push, get those hands off, and now it's just a foot race. And I like this foot race. If I'm a quarterback, I love this foot race. It's a great job by AB getting separation here. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions on the split release or any question on just anything receiver in general, leave those in the comments. I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. And guys, if you're a receiver and you want to get better hands, like I said, don't have a quarterback, or even if you do have a quarterback, we have options for both. Check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days. I'll see you guys next time.